Hello, fellow farmers. Welcome to Farmers Line. Farmers Line, let's farm together. Guys, I want to give you an update on the health condition of my birds since the last time I posted a video. I had an outbreak and I perceived I was dealing with Newcastle disease by diagnosing them through their feces, the kind of feces they were given. So since I'm not an expert, I needed to seek a professional's advice to know what exactly was wrong with my bird. So this is a veterinary officer performing an autopsy on some of the birds to ascertain what exactly has gone wrong with them. Pardon him, he didn't bring his medical equipment because this was urgent and I needed to call him quickly. So that is him dissecting the bird, trying to find out what exactly has gone wrong in the internal organs. So he had to check every single part of the bird to make sure he finds out what exactly has happened. That will help us know what medicine to give to the birds, how to treat them. So he was checking the vents, dissecting the vents to find out if there is blood stains in the vent. It's not supposed to be stained with blood, but this particular bird seems it doesn't have blood in it, but the other bird has blood in it. So that suggests that some of my birds were harboring coccidiosis. Yes, I saw signs of it. I treated them, but obviously some of them didn't get well. Dissecting the gizzard to find out if there is some hard substances they might have swallowed or some abnormalities inside the gland that digests their feed. We want to see if it works well, if the gland produces enough chemical to make sure the food digests. So this bird seemed okay with its gizzard in there. So still trying to find out what has happened with this bird. Now he's checking the throat to find if there are phlegms in the esophagus, I guess. Yes, I don't know what it's called, but the best description I can give it is the esophagus, because humans do have esophagus and I believe the birds too do. So he's checking for phlegms. Yes, a little bit of phlegms in there, suggesting CRD. A little bit of phlegm in the tract, suggesting CRD. Dissecting the intestine to find if there are any parasites like worms or some other parasites that reside in the intestinal tract. We want to find out every single thing that might be wrong with these birds. Honestly, this other bird looks okay with a little bit of phlegm in it. We want to see if the feed, the enzymes produce enough for the feed to digest. I don't know what exactly he was checking over there, but those of you who are into veterinary services might know. So inside the intestine, he dissected it to find out if there is still blood in it, because this particular bird had blood in the veins. So we still want to find the extent of damage the cocci parasite might have done to the rest of the bird. So this, yes. Now he's checked that part of the intestine and a little bit of blood in it, suggesting that the white bird was infected with cocci. Yes, coccidiosis. It's one of the killer diseases of our birds. They all carry traces of the disease in their intestine, and it shows up at some point in time. Yeah, so he's also checking the kidney of the bird to see if it was functioning well before he died. Yeah, so he's checked all of that. He wants to check this one too, to find out if it has phlegms in the throat. He wants to find out if there are some phlegms in the throat, which suggests CRD, chronic respiratory disease. Good. So let's dissect it and see what is in there. Okay, so checking. This bird doesn't have CRD, but the other one did. So his recommendation was we will use tetracolivate. It's a combination of oxytetracycline, colicin, vitamins, and many other things. Initially, when I detected the disease, I gave them oxytetracycline, but that was a pure antibiotic with no additives. I suppose that one would work, but let's stick to the expert's advice. So because the birds are sick and need treatment, you want to use 1 full tablespoon of the medicine. If you're using it for prevention, you don't need to use a tablespoon. You rather need a teaspoon. So the recommendation was the birds had Newcastle and coccidiosis. Some of them had coccidiosis, others had Newcastle. So we gave them Ampollium and tetracolivate.